We're live?
Yes,
oh shit, is High Noon Mordekaiser new?
Gosh, this is not a league stream, Nick. But yes,
you're the one saying
ladies
that.
and gentlemen, welcome
Is
back.
that High Noon at what?
You are ruining the quality of my my broadcast.
Okay, I apologize. You shouldn't have.
talk.
These images should not have been posted while we were going live.
Well, don't worry. We will talk about them. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark, returning to you one night only for the rest of the following nights that I will be doing this show. I am once again your host, Mork Zero, streaming live here at twitch.tv/Zalkary. Say hello, twitch.tv/Zalkary.
No, you can't make me. Don't wanna. Don't put me in the spotlight.
Well, he said something, so we'll have to go with that. So, where last we left off, who would like to give the recap?
I'm really more about getting recaps personally.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real honest. It's been like
3 weeks.
a heavy week since last Wednesday.
Well,
So
we didn't even do last Wednesday, did we?
No, we didn't do
We
last.
did.
We did 3 weeks ago.
Something else.
Because we had other.
We've
That's
missed
what I know.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we missed
Nearly
it. It's been rough.
Wow.
We've been bad. Okay, so we were still in downtime. We were wrapping up Rayford being in the police station. I don't remember all the I think he ended up getting out pretty quickly, but there was some weird complication, I feel like.
Oh no, I'm done with that.
Yeah, no, you're done with that. But that was how the last session started, and then nothing. I thought there was something for Ketzel, but I don't remember what it was.
Ketzel had a talk with Lord Skurlock.
Yeah,
Yes.
that guy, and I did the talking with that guy. I did it very good.
He did the
best,
talking
actually.
thing.
Everyone agrees.
Yep.
I agree.
Then we had a group meeting, a council meeting of the Harrowed Council to figure out what the next move is, which is that since we heard that they don't know what they're doing with the Asylum, that we decided we were going to go pick it up for ourselves, which is going to be real awkward when we ask all the crazy people we liberated from the Asylum to go now live in the Asylum again. That's going to be
Welcome home.
Yeah,
Except
exactly.
it's called the housing of the Harrowed of the Harrowed Council now instead of an asylum. So
Right.
name change, brand update.
Yeah, right.
It's
grand unveiling.
It's
Rebrand.
housing HAUSE housing.
Yeah. So
Maltalcasol, Welcome Home begins to play.
God. So that was our plan. We're basically voluntold Mako to the front that as the business guy, which he seemed more or less eager for, because we kind of taunted him into it.
I'm the business guy.
Yeah, so we went on. That's going to be the idea of the score. We did some gather infos, which for Viper was going to go talk with Mr. Blue in his place of residence. No, did we invite him somewhere else, or did we visit? I think we visited him, and we talked about the terms of that situation, and we were able to gather that who this woman is that has ownership of the asylum, which I don't think I wrote down anywhere. Fuck. No, it's not in any of my notes. But we know who the Magister is that has the rights to it, and it's up to them to what happens to it. And we also, Mr. Blue set us up with a meeting, so we have like an in to get the score started. And I think that's where we left, although Rayford did maybe something.
I talked to Bazo, and I pretty much finished a favor for him, and I got Harker out of jail for a little bit, and paid some contacts. But other than that, I pretty much rolled vices, essentially. Did I roll my vice last time? Because I know I stressed myself out doing my mini score. Where's our stuff? Second from the bottom. I believe I did. Yes, I rolled it again. I didn't get much. But yeah, I used all my downtimes.
So yeah, I think that's where we kick it. That's the summary. So we're any leftover gather infos, and then otherwise is this particular Operation Boulder Daring.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what we were doing. We were gonna start off with that.
All
Not
right.
really. I don't think this is bold and daring compared to our last score. But it requires us to go to the asylum. I'll say yes. Because if we're doing this in like some magistrate's office, I think it'll be a lot. It wouldn't be bold or daring, but if we're doing at the asylum, I think it's like, you guys can't fucking do that.
Are they allowed? Are they just? They can just be here? Just to walk in? Yeah, we can. What of it,
Try and stop us.
bitch?
All right. Here's me. Excuse me for that right there. Does this plan's detail expose a vulnerability? What is the plan's detail? This is a social score.
Yes.
What and the social connection is Maddie's Klein.
He's a noble. He got money.
He's
Yeah.
our sugar daddy.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, nah, not today.
He's our okay. Let me phrase that in a way that's more I guess more appeals to the classic sensibles, but gets across the same vibe. He is our financier.
Klein runs on connections. Connections run on corruption. Everyone in Dustfall has their hand in someone else's pockets, and therefore people are going to want to be in his good graces for one reason or another.
This is the weirdest hands across America I've ever seen.
And you know what? That's why it pays for him to be our sugar daddy.
Beautiful. Was it? By the way, was this overly complex or contingent on many factors?
I feel like because I assume an asylum would be like a public building.
Public building.
Well,
that
we don't.
also...
The thing is, I guess we don't know, right? I guess it could be a private asylum. I mean, it was run pretty shittily, so like it could be a private asylum, but like that's a factor. The fact that like the asylum is just in the middle of wherever, like that's a factor. Like it's like all the way over here.
It's in Crow's Foot. Ew.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're so far off, and then it's like.
So,
Like we don't really have a presence around the asylum. Our presence is closer to the dock, so like that's a big factor. So I would say that there's many factors going into this.
Also, we
Okay.
fucked it up.
We also did fuck up the asylum the last time we were there, so you know, like we're also probably gonna have to put out some fires that we may have started.
I would say there are no special preparations or defenses. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
I just want to reiterate this to make sure I fully understand is that everybody on our list is a contact, but it's specifically like the up arrow is just they're a special contact, and the down arrow is that they're like a special contact but mean.
You're correct.
Okay, I have a contact. I mean, I kind of know this guy. He's fine, okay? But I have a buddy who I've met in some of my dealings before. We've worked together. In fact, actually, if I recall correctly, and I don't. This isn't me recalling that state's me saying that's for effect. It's not actually a something we ever did. But if I recall correctly, I was able to contract August, a master architect. I don't know if I can do the voice bubble for him. I guess I can't. But I contacted August, a master architect who we've worked with in the past, and who was one of the people who, when we first moved here, made a couple of the renovations for our chambers.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Now is he helping you out?
Well, he's a master architect, so there's a couple of things. So he's in the connection of buildings.
Okay.
So he knows like his layouts, his blueprints. He kind of knows what like the zoning code of the city is like, and he can help us sort of navigate the both. On one hand, the politics of this profession and this sort of environment, but he also is like, if we come in and we're like, okay, we need to make some changes here, he can get us drafted up and help us get that work started. So now we're gonna have to spend like 5 sessions talking about Duskfall's zoning codes.
Please, oh my god. I want to know how people are living, especially in night market. What the fuck's going on over there? That can't be OSHA approved.
This is
Critical to my
Zone.
immersion.
Zones in the dark. Great, here we go.
That's free real estate.
Excuse me. It's free real estate, but only for the proper types of commerce and businesses. Okay.
Wink.
Am I gonna have to like get an Ace Attorney type character now?
That'd be amazing, actually.
All right, time to start playing that game again.
Objection. You're playing this right now.
True, I'll do it later. But I think that's a very good contact.
I
I
like it.
agree.
Enemies or rivals interfering in this operation. I'm doing a quick bit of looking up right here.
Hey, I just helped Bazo out. We may be enemies, but I helped him out. Come on.
Oh, don't worry. You're fine with him right now. You're cool.
Not cool, but we're like, I tolerate your existence for a little bit.
Okay. I'm developing an idea. We'll say yes. Are there any other elements you want to consider?
God, what is around? Corners are so always say climb steady bucket bones.
we know the place inside and out already because we were the ones that fucked it up.
That's true. I'm trying to find where on the map is this place again. Like I don't see a marker for it. Have you concerned? Okay. I was looking in the top left. Wow, that is really far out from our base of operations.
Oh no, this will be all during the score. Damn it! I did think of other stuff, but it's all score oriented.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we're good.
Okay. You're one dice.
All right, who's feeling not lucky?
Yes.
I did this last time and it turned out really well. Someone else roll.
Is it a D6?
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's roll. No, it's in the
1d6.
cruise sheet. In the cruise sheet.
Yeah.
There's
On the
a-
cruise sheet.
Roll whatever you want. You're going to get a 1. We're going to get that delicious, desperate experience again. It
Yeah,
is
it's
your
rolling.
destiny.
Number of dice, 1. Submit. 5. Let's go.
We
On.
did it.
Risky it is.
So anyways, I started
No.
blast.
So, anyways,
Anyways, I just started blast.
Allow
I
me to
don't know what situation we're gonna get into, but I very much have a feeling that it's gonna end with Ketchel killing someone.
What? No.
I want desperate, and he got us into a risky position. All right, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, where the scene opens up is on the 4 of you entering into one of the major courthouses of Charter Hall. You are taken by Blue Coat escorts into the back halls.
Do I recognize them from the robbery I did?
No, but they do eye you very closely.
Hey, I was in there as a blue coat. They don't know it was me.
They don't, but however, your crew is wanted.
Yikes.
They eye you carefully, and you hear a bit of muttering amongst themselves. But they lead you to the office of Aracia, magistrate. and you are allowed to open the door and enter inside. It's a fairly immaculate office, very well furnished, very well kept. There's a fireplace on one side, even bookshelves filled with books across the way. A very nice wooden table with chairs, clearly prepared for the meeting here. Almost a like dang it, Last Will and Testament style reading.
Thank you very much for asking.
And on the other side of the table is a older Aruvian woman. Her hair straightened out and white with age. Very librarian look to her overall. Thick rimmed glasses sitting low on her nose as she looks over paperwork. However, you are also not the first ones in here. Across from her is already sitting an elderly man, short cropped, almost military buzz style hair, a short beard, dressed in priestly robes, though they're not of the ecstasy of the flesh, and you're not familiar with any other denomination like this could belong to.
Great, more competition.
Yes, it is a very odd outfit. Whereas, as far as you can place it, it's a very bright outfit. Is what it is. A bright teal color, white shirt underneath. He has a necklace of gold with many strange symbols hanging from it. He turns his head to regard you all, and his eyes are gray like a mist, though not blind. Just the iris color is gray.
Look at him, and I'm like, are we interrupting something? I thought we were scheduled for this time.
Odyssey looks up at you. Yes, you are. However, there has been a contest put forward on the property. Allow me to introduce Mr. Yorin. Father Yorin, miss.
Oh God.
Pardon me.
Yeah. Well, shit, it's been a while. Let me get back into Mako real quick. Now it's kind of like a vaguely, like, okay, we're getting there. We're getting back into Mako. Okay.
We'll do a special episode one day where we talk about the things we do to get our character voices.
I just talk to myself until it feels right.
I actually got sick.
I
Why
like
can't you all be in character like Carl?
I know. Well, the problem is the true Mako voice requires me to have enough phlegm in the back of my voice to be able to roll off of it, and I don't have that right now.
I'm just
Don't
so
get sick then.
dedicated to my role. You know me.
Anyway,
I need like peanut butter or something. Now, okay, let me go. Okay. Oh, now, excuse me, but you ain't. By what right do you have to say that you are claiming this here crop of land?
he stands up. He's about your height. He walks over to you and extends his hand out. I'm a representative of the House of the Weeping Lady. I'm sure
Oh, fuck.
Charity work.
I gotta say, if I'm supposed to know you by your charity work, you ain't ringing any bells.
And truly,
Oh, no,
you
I
are
got that mixed.
charitable people, which is why I am here to ensure that the.
I disagree wholeheartedly, and be sure to interrupt him. I'm basically just trying to get him upset. Now listen here. What was it? What did the orderly say his name was?
That was actually Odysseus,
Oh,
but it is
Mr.
Yorin, Father Yorin, or
Mr. Yorin.
I dress
Now, you see here, my friend Yorin. Now, we're very charitable people. In fact, that's what we were going to take over this building for. I'm making him mad. Yeah, we were looking to house the poor and the unwell who were previously here, who, due to some very unfortunate circumstances, found themselves without proper caretakers in their lives. Now, I gotta say, I was here. We were here on the ground. We saw the conditions of this place, so I think firsthand we understand what the people of this area need. And like I said, no offense to you and your little pals or whatever, but true charity doesn't go around like butting over onto trampling over what other people are working on. True charity, it really finds where there are people who are underserved, who need your help. And you see, well, the people here, we already got that covered. We're already serving them. We're going to be serving them. So I advise, if you truly wish to be of help to our fine city, you piss off and go help someone else.
Where did you receive your medical license?
Hold on. I have it written on the little sheet of paper they gave me. I'm reaching in my pocket. I'm digging around. Let me see. All right. Yep. Okay. Let me just make sure. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. This is it. I pull my hand out of my pocket. I'm flipping him off.
Hey.
Curious. I was formerly trained in the Imperial City.
Yeah. Well, this ain't the Imperial. Is this the Imperial City?
No.
Okay. Yeah, well, this ain't the Imperial City, so I'm sure whatever they taught you up in your fancy towers or whatever the hell they have there, you can go give it to those people. We're gonna actually, be helping people here on the ground rather than, doling out bandages and making sure that their feelings aren't hurt.
It is more a matter of making sure the medication doses are correctly applied. Do you know too much? Stop. Excuse me, sorry. Something might stuck in my throat there for a second. Did you know that too much ink salt will turn a man's skin black before causing it to develop a form of necrosis? However, when applied in the correct dosage, it is capable of treating certain forms of dementia, insomnia, and schizophrenia. Perhaps you would benefit from some. You appear to be serving from a bit of mania, and I've heard that recent treatments in the area have proven that such energetic displays are best handled by downers, as they call them on the streets here.
Is there a bowl of candy on that table?
There is no candy in this room.
Fuck this room.
Oh god, dude.
My master plan has failed.
I love how I have Bako's background being in law.
Right.
Like, Mako just, he doesn't...
Oh, I don't want to interject him, because my background's, it's pretty much a civil servant. And I'd be like, yes, but this is a location in Crowsfoot. What do you propose to do about crime?
Crime is not a concern of the Weeping Lady. We have groups that assist us with that. If crime
ain't that something? Now tell me, my boy, and tell me, Rayford, do you think the wonderful people of Crowsfoot would like to hear that some big wigs up from the Imperial City are gonna come down here and be weak on crime?
Weak on crime? Well, they'll overrun him in a week.
Yeah, I think our little friend here just doesn't really understand what life is like down here. He's using a lot of big words, making a lot of grand statements. But I bet the moment somebody comes in here whacked off their mind, waving a knife around, threatening to gut him like a fish, he'd run crying back up to that Imperial City.
It's true. I've seen it before.
Yeah.
So you're looking to acquire the asylum as a means of civil protection. It's Arcia speaking now.
God,
She's running the-
who's RC again? I'm
Magister.
sorry.
It's personal trauma.
Magistrate. Now, Arcia, listen. A building can serve.
Magistrate Arcia, you will address me by my title.
I don't like these people.
My apologies, Magistrate Arcia. We'll don't.
She's
we'll,
like
we'll be-
staring at you from over your over glasses.
My apologies, Magistrate Arcia. Don't worry. We'll be friends eventually. Now, we're looking to acquire this. Well, that's what they all say. We are looking to acquire this building to bring a sense of stability to this region. Now, civil protection can be one aspect of it, because all of these are all very complicated, interlinking problems. Now, previously, we've been through this building a couple of times, and there's a lot of rooms here, and frankly,
High security.
between the overwrought security, the questionable amount of strange operating rooms, there's a lot of untapped value in this lot. And I don't mean that in a strictly monetary sense, but I mean in the sense of something that we can extract a sort of purpose from. Now, I happen to be very good friends, very close friends with a certified master architect. And our plan is to work very closely with them to create a sort of central multi-purpose hub that will provide lodging for those who need it, will provide a place of safety for those who need it, and will just be able to become a sort of de facto kind of community center for this location of town that serves many purposes. The inmates that were the patients that were previously housed here, we would be able to care for them again in this facility. Just what is the word? Streamlining it a little bit, cutting the fat, as it were. Again, so many rooms in this place just seem to be dedicated towards, frankly, banal torture. And we will be at the forefront of updating it and creating a much more robust system. Now, I'm sure that our friend here might have similar plans, but in between you and me, a lot of times when these learned gentlemen come to these types of areas, they do not have the same perspective that you or I or my friend Rayford or or my architect friend who has worked on many of the iconic structures in this district. They do not understand the culture of the area. They do not understand the people of this area, and they come in with the noblest of intentions. But by the end of it, they leave, they have their fun, they feel better about themselves, and they return to the Imperial City to tell all of their friends how much good they did here, as what they did here slowly rots away.
Sounds
My
like
friend.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I can make a sway roll for this.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though.
I think that was a good ending. I was gonna add more, but then I thought over it, and I think that was a good place to stop. I didn't want to say too much and then ruin the effect. So I think that's where I'm at. Mako kind of makes his case and stops, and I'm willing to make a sway roll.
Go for it.
All right. I guess Rayford didn't say anything, so Rayford, we won't do a group action or anything, but I will push myself for the extra dice. Position and effect.
Well, you're risky right now.
Or okay. I mean, I'll be risky.
I'm going to say great effect, though.
Great. Oh, so risky great.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, should I push? Could I push my effect to desperate for extreme? Okay. Let me consult the group, guys. Should I go to a desperate position to get an extreme effect off of this?
Oof. Well, that just
I'll
means
have 3 dice.
you
Full
have
disclosure.
3.
I'll
you
have
have-
3 dice.
You have 3 dice. Is there a way that I can fix this since it's not a group action?
You can assist.
I can assist, but would that make my effect? Like, if he fails, hypothetically, if he fails, is there a way, like,
If it fails, you won't be kicked right out, but there will be ways to be solid.
we'll be kicked right out? Okay.
You won't be. You won't be.
Oh, we won't be kicked right out. Yes, I'm gonna assist this man. I wanna. Do I gotta put him, like, say how I'm assisting him? So this is a what role is this? Sway or sorry? I'm looking at the wrong character sheet.
Give me one. 4 6-sided dice. So that is
Not my character sheet. Where's my character
6
sheet?
times 6 times 6 possibilities. So 1,296 possible combinations.
Man's doing math.
And every 6 would then have 6 times 6 times 6 other possibilities. So
What
216 times 3.
What is happening right now?
So
I don't
216
know.
times 3
He's
divided
beginning to
by
believe.
1296.
This math? What the hell is going on here?
He has the big
Okay.
brain.
Math in
If
the
I'm
chat.
doing this correctly, we have with 4 6-sided dice, we have an exactly 50% chance to roll a 6.
Numbers are
50%.
meaningless. I hope you roll all ones.
Spotify's still open.
Six. 6 times 6.
In the meanwhile, while he's figuring that out, how
Okay.
the rest of you kind of. Oh,
I mean, yeah. So I'll roll with a push, a position for effect, and with Rayford assisting. I am rolling a desperate extreme effect with 2 bonus dice.
What is this roll? It's sword or sway?
Sway.
Oh, it's 3 more dice. If I'm assisting in this, it's 3 more dice.
I thought assist just gives me 1 extra dice.
yeah.
Is it? Oh, I'm thinking
It's
group,
group
action.
action that yeah.
I'm
Um,
bad. Yes.
okay.
I will assist.
Let's go.
Ooh, it was Rayford. It was Rayford.
Rayford
How much stress-
How did
is
you
over the edge.
How did you assist, Rayford?
Like, I calmly sit down as, like, I assume is Mako, like, in this guy's face, like, come on, let's go.
Oh no. I'm calmly. I said my case was calmly explained to the magistrate to the point where I was kind of like, trying to ignore the father because I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna act as if he is. The tone of my conversation was like I'm gonna ask as if like he doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it's like he's kind of he's kind of like here like a happy dog or something where it's just like cool he's there but he's kind of He's not really, important.
I approach the table. I'm like, ma'am, unlike this gentleman here, I actually have history with architecture and businesses in Crowsfoot. If anyone's more qualified to be in this room, it is I. This is true. I was helping Crowsfoot. Pretty much I told him, like, if anyone knows anything about Crowsfoot and how to manage
Yeah.
a business here, I know how to do it.
Yeah, no. She regards you and looks back at you. Sorry, but the name's wrong there. Miko. This man is with you.
Oh, he's one of my many business partners. We have worked closely together on many projects, and particularly he has helped immensely in helping make inroads and connecting with the community. You should join us sometime for our walks about town. He's really quite loved by the people in this district, in this and neighboring districts.
I think I won't. However, please have a seat. All of you, she says, looking at Norn. We'll discuss this properly. And I've started a clock.
No way. Really?
Guys, he did it. He did the thing.
We did it. We're back after 1 week. It's one after a month. It's the first clock. Let's bust out the wine. We got to celebrate. The first clock.
I'm starting a second clock.
No.
Yes, keep going. Judge.
Clocks.
We'll hold off on naming this one, though.
Oh no!
Scared. I'm threatened. I do
I'm
not like
threatened.
that.
Is there anything more threatening than an unnamed clock?
What
But
about
yeah,
second
no,
clock?
Where are the legs?
Okay.
She motions for you all to sit down.
We will all go to sit down.
Speak for yourself.
Oh no.
Ketzial will
Oh,
move
Ketzial!
behind a chair and continue standing.
Dude. Alpha move. Exert power move on him. I choose not to sit.
I look down at you.
I am
You look
aware
up at
of
me.
the chair, but given that it's a stupid ass chair, I have decided to ignore it.
You call this a chair?
My
You get
mother
this from
made
IKEA?
jazz.
Ketchel, you'll have to excuse him. He's a bit
Your
Ketchel,
mother didn't know.
he just is a bit set in his ways. Ketchel, sit in the fucking chair. God damn it.
No, I don't think I will.
Ketchel, are you fucking?
No, I'm not actually saying that.
No, she didn't, and the chairs weren't made by her mother either. Joking aside, though, you're standing, everyone else is sitting, however?
Where happened to Father Yorn? What's he up to?
She sat down.
He's sitting down.
Beta male.
Viper sits in his lap.
Dude, power move. We're power moving on them so hard.
Oh, wow.
He just goes,
What is your intention with this? Is it just power moving on him?
Make him uncomfortable, and if he acts up, it makes him look bad. Because he would be doing that to a air quote lady.
Although we are sitting across from a very no-nonsense magistrate. I just love the idea. I love this.
This is a...
Power move roll.
This is a family stream.
When?
Since when?
Type it out in our secret Discord.
It's 14 plus, kind of. I don't ever say family. I mean, it's kind of hard to make cults family.
I mean, Disney does it all the time.
When was the last time we did anything that was not PG-13?
Oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. You can't name one.
The last score?
I might be stretching a boundary with this one though. I'm going
I think
to
err on the side of caution and just whatever. Don't.
well, he's not interested in you. He sort of regards you coldly. When you sit on his lap, ma'am, please move. And RC is also looking at you like, what the hell are you doing?
I like warm seats. And none of the others are very warm and welcoming. Don't mind the words. I'm sure he'll get along and settle down in just a moment.
My God.
This is horrifying.
Right,
I,
Viper.
I need an adult. Okay. I'm going. I'm a PM.
Viper, go to horny jail. Viper, I am the horny jail.
I'm gonna PM you something here, Zal.
No.
No.
Just because I really don't know about this, but I think it's going to affect your character's decisions moving forward here.
Why did you say it like that? Look, now you're the one making this worse. This is not on me now.
He's not saying no, guys.
I want to just step in and say at this point, whatever it is, I am uncomfortable. It doesn't even involve my character. And I'm just like, please.
Mako, this is all part of a group setup action.
It's group action.
Group action, yeah.
Group action.
This is how the cult gets things. Now, you know, the weirdest thing is when you put us all in a room together, like the same room, this is what happened. This is why the cult or the Asylum score was us all running around different spots getting into weird stuff, because this is what happens when you put us into the one room together.
If I have to, I will take a flashback to make this an intentional part of our plan and a setup action.
I won't. Viper is blissfully unaware.
I as a player, I am just.
Oh, we forgot to do something. We forgot to pick load.
Oh, yeah.
Light.
Not again.
Viper's light. She's not a lot of room to hide stuff for her.
I think I'm just gonna be normal like I usually am.
Yeah.
That seems like something I would have said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
I got your PM. That's
normal.
fine, but we're not going to draw attention to that. Just FYI.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Jeebus.
Okay. RC notes that and looks back to the others. So, you're interested in purchasing the asylum for a community project of housing and area betterment.
Yes.
Quite. You see, we have a very in-depth knowledge of the streets. What makes people tick. We also have a very good in on the unfortunateness that all these people suffer mentally. And we're much better at being able to unravel the mystery of the mind, as opposed to glazing it over with drugs and chemicals. So we think we're very aptly suited for the task.
She looks further, Jorn, and you have already told me that you're interested in taking the asylum as an expenditure of the Weeping Lady's holdings. A growing charity house requires more land, yes.
Is that the charity house that was accused of embezzling the other week?
Was it?
She's making shit up to try to like throw him off.
Give me a sway roll if you
Yeah.
if you're so inclined here, I think.
So for the record, since I'm swaying, this will be coming into effect.
Mesmerism. When you say something, you may cause that for you that's happened until they next interact with you.
So here's a question then. Let me make this more clear. Do you wish to sway him specifically, or are you attempting to sway the magistrate, make her believe that there was an embezzling
The
issue?
Magister.
Yes. Okay. In that case, I think we're still looking at risky standard.
I will push myself.
No, risky limited.
Risky.
Desperate.
I will push for effect on standard.
Okay. For reference, the reason
You're supposed to give us a gambit, by the way. Unless it was already used.
it was not. It has been assigned.
Is there a Devil's Bargain?
The bidding will start high.
No,
bidding is the proof.
I won't take that. So, okay. So here we go.
Just to prove who is
4.
capable of running standing.
4. Okay. Arcea's brow furrows a bit at that. Embezzling. I do not know what this woman is talking about. The Weeping Lady has maintained a spotless reputation for years now. We have honored the memory of Lady Duval since our inception, and we will not set off in that goal.
It's a shame that your financial books don't reflect that so well for some reason. It seems like everyone's come down with the same impression.
I think at this point, Ketzel kind of like raises a finger really slowly at Father Yorin. No one in Duskfall is spotless. You may deceive yourself, but you will not deceive us. He kind of like lowers his hand and goes back to just standing by his chair.
Yorin looks at you. You'll find that ours in. We have nothing to hide from the law. Furthermore, are you attempting to insinuate that the magistrate here has done something wrong herself?
Ketzel kind of like cocks an eyebrow. But he doesn't respond.
If you wish to attempt to resort to slander, sir, I will return it in kind. But I am here to deal for the betterment of the city, not waste my time talking with commoners.
You have already wasted enough of our time. He kind of like turns to the magistrate. Let us be about it. This farce irks all present, I believe.
What was the consequence?
Yeah, the consequence? Let me go like this. The benefit of the sway is that Yorin is now suspect in her eyes. And she's considering having him removed from the equation. If his organization is indeed involved in embezzlement, then that will reflect poorly on her if she so does decide to pass this over to someone else. The consequence of this very much comes with the same thing that Father Yord himself pointed out. You are very quickly resorting to slander, true or not, to attempt to
Yeah,
less make your cause look good and more just sort of ride him through the mud. And that's not lost on her.
Oh, can I
What?
resist that? Or just
Yes.
or does that does Simo's protest mean that he wants to resist it instead?
I mean, look, I have 4 stress already, so if you want to take the resist, please. But I'm
Okay.
just listen. We have put in the work.
Decisions.
I have a trump card.
What's that?
My background and documents. I'm going to use this item to show that I have references and I am capable of working in Crow's Foot, unlike that man over there from some other faraway place.
Wait. Can we have a flashback where like we acquire documents that are like, or like we know that this guy is trying, or we find out that this guy is trying to, can we have a flashback to where we get like some like, it doesn't have to be incriminating documents, but like some shit that like looks suspicious,
I'm
to be
sus.
able to like whip it out at this point, to be like, well, you know, we're not, you know, again, we're not necessarily accusing him, but here is some interesting pieces of work that we found that could interest you. Like, could that be like an extended flashback? This is if I'm understanding the flashback system correctly.
What is it you want to do again?
Flashback, so that the documents that Rayford is presenting here is like shows that like the organization that he's with, like maybe not be doing incriminating stuff, but they are definitely like maybe cooking the books in some ways.
And would this be falsified, or do you want to try and actually get such information?
I think it depends on what's possible.
Anything is possible.
I think we would. I mean, like a flashback to be like, hey, we heard that like this guy might be trying to vie for this place as well. Or we have this organization. So let's do some digging to see if we can have any dirt in case we get, you know, kind of hit a wall in negotiations. So I think we want it to be as real as possible.
All right. And who are you going to try and see about that?
Me. Oh.
Rayford, yeah, it's your documents.
So
This is of course if you're okay with going in that direction.
Because the direction I was going was using my background, which I'm pulling that a lot in this session, but
Yeah.
I feel like having this guy out of the equation is more important rather than making us look good, just to get him out of the room so we'd be the only ones in here. But I don't want to talk to Bazo Baz again. Like, I don't want to break into prison again.
Don't want to have to go back into a flashback and be like, hey, Baj.
Hey, you know, I did that thing that pissed you off. Now make me look good.
Yeah, we need some information.
You're going to balls to try and get this, man.
No. We're trying to figure out who. I'm trying to figure out who would be good for that.
Does anybody? Well.
Oh, no, he's a teacher, isn't it? The academic in our crew thing.
I know Salia, an information broker. I could refer you to them.
Hey, there we go. There's a solution.
How's that sound?
Are we making this a
DM?
group?
Sounds good to me.
We can make this a group action, but I think. Well, actually, you know what? How about you bring along someone, not me. You and somebody else. Mako's done a lot this session, so.
I got one more trauma to go. Then I should be concerned. But I have 4 stress, but I can handle this.
Yeah. So how about like one other, like, who wants to go with Rayford
This information broker to get
in the
dirt.
flashback? In the flashback.
Yeah, in the flash vehicles.
I'll bite.
You'll
Okay.
bite. So me and Ketcho go to your information broker, and
His name is Salia. He I don't know him super well, but I've worked with him in the past.
is he a blue coat or is that the other contact?
No, that is Jaren.
All right, Jaren hates me. I know that.
Yeah.
Have we spoken with Solia before?
We have not. So listen, I'm learning, okay, that I can use my other friends that aren't just the people I like and hate.
That is correct. That is correct. So
Josh.
where does Solia tend to? Where does Solia tend to hang out?
Salia is, I mean, where would an information broker want to hang out?
Not by the pub.
Down
You
by
want the
the
blokes?
by the leaky bucket.
It's me and the blokes hanging by the pub.
You know, pop down to the old chippy.
Down by the Licky Bucket, you say?
Yes.
This is a intellectual. It's an intellectual boy.
Okay. Nope. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing there. Yeah.
How dare you?
Did you set up a meeting prior, or are you just meeting with him here?
How good is your word, sir?
I think if I knew him super well, it probably would have been a meeting prior. But since he's not like a really close friend, I just kind of know where he's at, and so I pointed Rayford and Ketzel into that direction. I was like, hey, we might need to hedge our bets when we're going into this thing. There's this guy that we've heard that might be hanging out. Go talk to Salia and see if he knows any dirt that we can bring up on him.
Sorry,
Do you get it?
repeat that for me.
I'm going like because I don't know Salia. I just know that Salia hangs out there. So I'm basically just telling Rayford and Ketzel, like, you know, hey, we've heard through the grapevine or whatever that that we might have some people, that we might have some competition for the asylum. Go check in with Salia, see what he knows, and see if you can get any dirt on. If you can preemptively get some information ahead of time, that'll help with our negotiations.
Very
Alright.
well.
Yeah.
Is the Lake Bucket the one where I had met the hunter at?
Yes, it's the
And
one
the guy
owned by
punched me in the
Barney.
face.
Punched you in the face?
Yeah, a Scoblander punched me in the face.
Possibly. It is the one owned by Martin Gull, who you are familiar with.
Oh, different one. Okay.
So Solia is sitting at a table by himself. He's a wiry man with shoulder-length blonde hair, kind of and a very hooked nose. He has small rounded glasses. He keeps pulled up high on the bridge of his nose, and he is reading a letter at the moment.
I approach the table and I'm like, "Is it good news at least?" And like just joking with him. Like
A heavy
it's
hand on your shoulder.
there's a hand on my shoulder.
Yep, from behind you, someone stepped up and placed a hand on your shoulder. I think you had best keep walking. The boss isn't here to talk business.
I
Isn't here to talk pleasure.
my whole body's facing forward, but I make a little tiny face go where my ear should be. I'm looking dead at him. I'm like,
Again, I asked, are you looking to get a mechanical effect from this?
how much stress am I taking from this flashback, by the way?
That's a good question. Hold up, I need to refresh my memory a little bit. You guys, they don't use flashbacks enough.
What you saying?
Listen, we took a month break, and I'm on top of it with all these underutilized mechanics that I usually forget about. Okay.
You truly are.
Keeping you on your toes, sir.
Sir.
I think only the person who initiated the flashback needs to take the stress. I will call this a 2-stress flashback.
Oof.
No, 1-stress flashback.
Okay, cool. Demon Face cost 2. Here we go, boys. 3rd trauma. Let's go.
Let's go.
Not there yet, just 2 away. But no, I'm just doing that for roleplay purposes. I don't need the advantage from that.
He looks unsettled for a moment before he scowls. Look, stranger, I think you need to move on.
Listen, we are here on behalf of one of my friends to talk to this gentleman about business.
Business, you say?
Yes.
Salia looks up, past his glasses, eyeing you suspiciously.
I love him.
Ah! If you're here to talk business, please have a seat, and we shall. You are alone, correct, Rayford?
No, he's
Ketchup's
with
with me.
Ketchup.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm here.
Are you in eyesight of this as well?
Yes.
Your friend here, is he with you?
Yes. He's sort of like your friend. I poke the big guy touching me.
Kurt, step back. Let the men sit down. They are no problem to us here. The man's hand comes off your shoulder and he steps back. And you turn and you notice out of the corner of your eye as well, he's not alone. There's 2 other gentlemen, both of them currently having small cutlasses drawn on a table, eyeing you.
I kind of just stare at them with my tiny face for a bit, and I slowly look over at the information broker, and I'm like, "Thank you."
With
As
your tiny face?
yeah, so the tiny face where my ear should be. I was trying to freak the guy out.
Put that away. I do not want to see it.
You with tiny face. I just made it compose into like random. It looks like clay now. Just his face turns nothing.
Ugh. Yep. Have a seat and we will talk. He folds up the letter and puts it back under his jacket.
I take a seat.
Get you?
Ketchel, do you take a
No.
seat or are you two? Yes, exactly.
I actually approach the seat and like I put a hand on it, and as I start to move it, I like look down and I get like a really thoughtful look on my face, and then I just kind of like push the chair back, like I just had a really great idea, and I don't sit in the chair.
This is where
And
it came
this is actually where the idea came from, and it's why I'm doing it in the
That
not
is
flashback part of the
backstory.
score.
Matt, truly a worthwhile bodyguard. There's not to sit down at a strange table. Well then, my Tigerosi friend, would you care to tell me what this business is and who it is I am speaking with first and foremost?
Oh, you're speaking with 2, and I look over at Ketchel, members of the Harrowed Council. And we
I've
have
heard of you, yes.
hopefully good news, of course.
Interesting news. You had a bit of a run-in at the Corn Asylum, from what I heard.
We are
He's like-
pressed for time. At this point, Ketzel kind of like interrupts him and like slaps a little piece of paper down. This has the name of I can't. My brain. Sick. What's his face? Lord Funyun. What's his name?
Maddie's
Patty
Clown.
Fly.
No.
Father Yorin?
Yorin, that guy. Yeah, that's what I said. It just has the name of Father Yorin on it.
I just remembered something. This will be a 2 stress flashback.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I need to take that as well, or?
No, it should only be the.
All right. 3 away, boys. Let's go. I got my new character ready. Let's go.
You got time.
It should only be him.
Cool.
Father Yorin, priest of the weeping lady. What did you want with him?
He's an obstacle. We want to buy the asylum for good use.
Just as my associate says, he is an obstacle in our path. I need a shovel with which to remove this obstacle peacefully.
Shovels.
He kind of like shoots a dirty glare at Rayford when he says peacefully, but then kind of goes back to observing.
Curious. Yorin. Taps his nose on the left side for a moment. Curious you're interested in that asylum after the church. It's not important. What do you want me to find? What information that you're interested in? Then? More important, what are you willing to pay me for it?
Hey.
God. A man
I kind
like
of
this
scratch
cannot...
my.
No, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I kind of scratch my head and be like, "Shit, Mako didn't say nothing about bringing money."
I'll throw 1 coin onto the table. A man like that cannot possibly be as clean as he purports. What dirt does he have?
Oh, he is not. I can tell you that. He picks up a little bag or you have. Oh, that represents like that the 1 coin represents. Kind of shakes it around a little bit, throws it back down. But I'm not talking about money.
I kind of like eye him carefully is to see if it's okay to pick my coin back up.
He isn't looking at it at all. He's looking at you.
I very obviously reach out and pick it up and then like kind of pull it back. Then if that's the case, like as if to make sure like that's what he means.
Yeah, he nods as you take it away. I have enough income, enough favors being rolled around, enough people paying up to me.
Favors, then.
Correct. I want you to locate something for me. A particular manuscript.
This again. Why are documents so deadly to me?
And it's something that a local noble has become infatuated with as of late. And I want to get my hands on it before he can.
Is it the color blue?
No, not to my knowledge anyway. I'm not
Okay,
sure
then we
when
don't
it
know
will. No. Oh, no, you have met with him. He says, looking at you, Ketchup. And I want to make sure that this... Well, let's be blunt and call it what it is. It is a ledger. An ancient ledger, bound in human flesh. It is the only description of it I have been able to gather. And in lieu of knowing more about it, I wish to know precisely what is within it.
You know nothing more of it other than it is bound in human flesh.
Bound in human flesh, a particular interest to one Antonio Skerlock.
The one with the
Fascinating.
machines.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
The one with the machines.
The same. Skerlock Hullworks. What this man is interested in with this book, this tome of ancient writing, I cannot say, but I wish to find out.
Irrelevant. You wish it for a favor, we will trade. However, you have given us little to work with. What more do you know of this ledger, its dimensions? Size, something to identify it with.
He takes out a pencil and begins to sketch onto the table. It is approximately this size. It has a buckle made of the same material, fastened with a cold iron
Buckler.
Buttle. At this point, Catsail's eyes kind of like light
Yeah.
up a little bit and he leans in closer. I've seen this before. The Tome of Suffering. Interesting, one like you would be so interested. Very well. I will find this for you in exchange for information of our own. As an aside, I have absolutely no idea what this is. I'm just completely pretending at this point. But I'd like to like make a mental note of the dimensions he's given me at this point and to like kind of study them. To the point that if I needed to like make one of these and like fate create one later, I could.
Interesting.
In the event that we want to give the actual one to Sturlock because he's my pal.
Because we're buds.
Don't believe me? Here's a picture.
I'm
You two
aware.
are buddies, weren't you?
Yeah, friends, huh?
It's a picture with you with your face photoshopped over something else.
It's over one of the
Yes.
machines.
Friendship ended with Satara.
I was
Now-
just thinking of that meme.
No, but where was I?
I've made an accurate
Yes,
recollection
so
of his stuff.
he nods. I am aware that it will take time to locate this based on my information. As I learn more, I will present it to you. However, that will only be on a need-to-know basis. There is something that is not going to help you. Find it for me. You will not learn it.
We shall see. Kind of like take a step back at this point and like make room for Rayford.
Solia looks over to you. Do we have a deal? Then
He kind of looks over at Ketchel to see if he has his approval because he seems like what he wants you know more of.
Ketchel kind of like gives him that like really rapid nod, like say yes.
I kind of look back at him and I'm like, maybe. But I'm like sitting there for a minute. I'm like, kind of look back at you. I'm like, oh,
I
yes.
kick the back of your chair very subtly, very, very subtly, like no one could possibly notice or hear it.
But I kind of look at him. I was like, obviously you're not deterred by my threat, but yes, we'll take this deal.
Good. Very good. Yes. He waves over one of his thugs, produces a folder. Salia begins to sort through a few of the papers in it before picking one, folding it up, and handing it to you. This contains a list of directions and the location with which I will be able to present the information to you. Do not lose it. Do not follow them incorrectly.
God,
Otherwise, sorry.
he's making us run around.
I'm sorry, what?
Is he making us like go to certain locations to get the actual information?
Yes, he is. Essentially, what he's presented to you is a
Drop-off.
location of a drop-off. Yes,
Jesus Christ!
as well as a quick little way in which to confirm that you are the correct people for the drop-off. Now, this isn't anything we actually have to go through here, but it's just sort of a presentation of how he handles this business.
Gotcha. Very confidential.
Precisely. He's very careful. He's very cautious about this sort of thing. The bodyguard backs away with the fold and sits back down, continues to palm the knife in his hand. Now, with that out of the way, I believe it is time for you to go.
Thank you for this information. And I kind of look back at the guy playing with the knife. I hope I don't see him, though.
As I kind of pass him, I kind of like slow down and like do like the Homer Simpson like stare really closely into his face. I do. And then I just keep walking at normal speed.
Kurt points the knife at you and like slowly kind of waggles it menacingly.
Medicine. I'm scared of them.
With that taken care of, yes, you are presented with appropriate information regarding Father Yorn.
Let's go.
The charity is indeed embezzling money, funding it towards this exact purpose, purchasing land, territory, and a strange variety of foreign goods as well, though they're listed as nothing more than Eruvian imports.
Hmm.
I slide that across the table, and I'm like, I think you might find this information. I think you'll find this very interesting.
Aracia picks up the folder and begins to look through it, frowning considerably. This is concerning, he says, looking at Yorn. If accurate, it will take some time to determine if it is or not. Yorin looks confused, clearly not understanding what it is, and the Magister is not forthcoming with sharing the information.
Yeah, she's not.
We will review this later and see if the Asylum should go to you or if it needs to be withheld. As for the rest of you, there is still a matter of proper payment.
Payments.
Yes, the property is currently under the jurisdiction of the city council and its authorities. It is my job to ensure that when and if it is transferred back into private ownership, that it is appropriately paid for. Of course, legal taxes, territory, housing fees, all of the local taxation will apply, but an upfront payment is needed in order to ensure that paperwork can be put in the correct places and all things are well and met. Consider it a deposit. If she looks at the she looks at Mako closely. If
Please.
you are familiar with down payments and deposits on housing,
Of course I am.
she eyes you again, very clearly studying your clothing.
I smile. Give her a big old, I showing the pearly whites, being very presentable.
Oh. Well, with that taken care of, then perhaps the total payment required for this structure will be 3,000 silver scales. You will know that translates roughly to 10 coin.
Oh my god, we gotta rob a boat and pay this loan shark?
Yeah, no, easy, dude. We have this in like a day. Okay, we're doing great.
Hold on.
2 or 10 coin?
10 coin.
Oh, 2 10.
Wait, how much?
Okay, I see. That's what I was
10 coin.
Just 10 coin, there's no 2.
How much do we owe the grinders?
Well, you owe them a certain amount. We don't owe them.
I owe them.
It's fine. We're gonna just refinance our debt here in a second, so it's gonna be fine.
I think
next session the Harrowed Council takes a reverse mortgage.
So I think Viper cut the. See, here's the problem. I understand there's policies and everyone's got to get their wheels greased. But that asylum, unfortunately, needs a bit of fixing up in. And isn't really in good shape to be asking for such a substantial down payment. I think for how much this place would benefit the city as a whole, it would be only fair if it were, say, 3 coin.
Oh my god.
Whatever that's worth of silver scales.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Her brow furrows considerably at that. I believe you are misunderstanding the purpose of my job, miss.
Well, see, here's the thing. If it's not handled to
I
someone
was
who's...
asking for your name, miss, not another lecture.
And I'm gonna give you reasons, so quiet down.
Oh god.
See, the thing is, if it's not put in the hands of someone who's capable of it, unlike Mr. Embezzlement, what's the alternative? Let all the misfortunate wander the streets and cause you greater sums of money in trying to repair the problems they deal with? You think you'd want to give it away for a steal just to make sure the problem disappears?
What kind of roll are you making here?
I'm trying to see if it makes sense for command, but it's probably another sway. Well, she did tell her to pipe down. That is kind of command. I think I could probably swing command.
Okay. Desperate. Limited.
Yes!
Hell yeah, that's how we get her done.
This is how we
Mhm.
roll.
Any assist dice or dragons deals? Or
All
devil's
assist.
bargains?
All assist
Cool.
to
Fine.
not so much. I want the nature of my assist is to try to keep the magistrate from being extremely angry at us.
And how are you doing that?
I am every time Viper says something, I follow up with like, oh, and what we actually mean here is, well, like when she says, for all the good this will be doing the community, you should give it away to us for a steal. I'm gonna cut in with like, well, and you'll be just saving a lot on repair costs because our organization is looking to front the actual construction of the building. Now, of course, that should at least qualify us for some sort of discount. Like I'm trying to be the middle ground here.
Okay.
So that we can get so that it's part of the negotiation, right? So like Viper's like, oh, we're negotiating. I want this shit for dirt cheap, and then I'm kind of being like, and then here's like the mid offer, right? Because the magistrate isn't going to present the counter offer themselves. They're just going to say no. So I come in, I'm like, well, actually, and here's here's like coming from your perspective, here's like a reasonable thing that you could do to kind of try to ease it in. So it's like Viper hits him with the 3 coins, take it or leave it, and then I hop in with like, well, here's a middle ground thing, da 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 da, and then that way she might just be more tempted to go down on the price that way, if that makes sense. And as if I'm not like, if that doesn't step on like Zal, if you're okay with that too, with that approach.
Yeah.
Okay.
She probably doesn't fully recognize what you're doing. You're just kind of doing it in as the background for the Magister, because she's just doing Viper things.
Yeah, she's just doing Viper things as Mako is trying desperately to like sane wash her fucking negotiation tactics. Like, please.
Yeah. So I will
We
also
came so far.
I would also push for effect. Get the bonus die. Is there a devil's bargain?
Arcia won't drop price below 5 coin.
That's pretty good.
All right, I'll take it then. Didn't need it though.
The magistrate taps a finger on the desk. Very well, then. If you will ensure that you will forward all costs on not only the repairs, but the proper building inspections, the permits needed for any renovations you make, as well as see to it that the people you profess to help are successfully assisted. She says that for a very careful moment of obvious consideration of her choice of word. I believe we can part with this deed for 5 coin. Barring, of course, any need to renegotiate based on our determination of the Weeping Lady's dealings. Yoren is clearly perturbed by this.
At which point, Viper falls off his lap and lands on the floor.
I forgot he was still in here.
And I forgot you were sitting on his lap the entire time.
Odyssey, watches you do that. And her brow furrows again.
I imagine like the camera's looking from like her point of view, or maybe close down on the edge of the desk, and we saw Viper fall off below where the camera can see, and then like a hand like comes up and slap like gently places itself on her desk and pushes herself back up. She dusts off her longer dress now. Oh, terribly sorry. I slipped.
Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Head's very clear. I don't think I hurt myself. Thank you for the seat, good sir. Awfully polite.
Both she and Yoren definitely noticed something is off about you and your sudden change of personality and tone of voice and whatnot, but Yoren says nothing and she doesn't appear to understand. Yoren, though, he's eyeing you very closely now.
Is there like a bar in here? Like one of those like little bar rails?
No?
Man, this office has nothing. Doesn't have a bowl of candy or nothing.
It does not, no.
This woman has no joy in her life.
She very just looking at her, it's very clearly she's lived like a very long and hard life of work.
Yeah, I think Somber looks around and she's just like, oh, perhaps I should get drinks for everybody as we're sorting out the details of the final details of our business arrangement. And she looks around to see about, oh dear, no beverages?
There will be no drinking within this house of law, Miss. Just again for your name.
Serenity. She holds out her hand.
Oh God. Let's go.
The magistrate looks at it, but does not go to shake. Thank you for your name, Miss Serenity. Please have a seat properly now.
Ketzel kind of like takes this moment to pull his chair aside and like offer it grandly as if this was his intention the entire time.
Oh my God.
She goes over and you see her like tuck her dress down as she sits and looks up to the Ketzel. Thank you.
Kind of like nods and gentlemanly pushes the seat. I love it when a plan comes together.
With that, I said, I believe we can sort of wrap this score up.
I have a question for the magistrate.
I'm sorry, yes.
I look at her and I'm like, is there anyone else interested in this estate besides? I kind of look over at the other guy and don't even mention his name. It's like him, and I want to use his ability. I want to know if there's some rich guy like hiding behind the corners, just ready to fuck us over in the future. I just want to make sure I can cover my ass.
She shakes her head. There is none. We were the only ones interested in that bit of land due to the gang violence in the area, I believe. She's telling the truth.
Alright, cool.
Or at least she's not lying to you.
Alright, cool. So it's just this guy.
The magistrate, once more, looks over all of you and just try to begin like the wrapping up, the final words, final statements, everything that needs to be said to start to get this transferred over properly. Of course, the payment will have to be made before it happens, but that could happen in free play or here at the end of the score, whichever you prefer.
We have the 5 coin. It's all of our money, though. Is that what we want to use? Pick our 5 coin?
Probably,
Alright,
yeah.
Alright, then. And we'll just put it all on black. We'll pay it off in full right now. Oh, money.
All right. Take that coin away, take care of it. You present that money to her, and the deeds are produced. Father Yoran is excused from the room, left to leave while you finalize the details. Who signs for the building and how?
I'll sign for the building, but I want to do it like I would cut my thumb and put a bloody thumbprint on it. That's how I do it.
She's horrified, obviously.
After Rayford does that, I pull a pen out of like a jacket pocket. And I go, I'll put my name down. Just kind of like, yeah, okay, I understand. Yeah.
You actually, oh damn, no.
I look at Reiko like, what? This is how we always do it.
You've essentially just vandalized a legal document. I'm pretty sure
It's bound with blood. It is legal by all states.
Can someone resist that?
Yeah, no. It's like, there's no resist roll to make because it's not a consequence of an action, but
It's just weird.
Okay, no. You're attempting to smooth it over, right, Mako?
Yeah.
How about a sway roll? I think that'll work. We'll call this one. We'll call it risky standard.
Okay. I'll push myself for it. I have the stuff for it.
I would like to assist you.
Okay. So 2 extra dice.
Yes.
Do you take?
Holy shit!
You take
4?
1 stress for. Do you take 1 stress or 2 stress for assisting?
One.
Okay.
I can't believe this happened. I was just joking. But this is great.
Consequence of this. Here's the consequence of this.
I don't know how this world works, but I like how this went.
This clock, the Spirit Wardens Investigate Horror, will finally fill.
What?
They have been tracking the idea of the blood demon that you have been summoned at the university.
Oh no!
And the fact that it's now been like this strange, almost ritualistic bloodletting thing in a court of law, and she is mention of it.
I did Ketchell's job. What the fuck? I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Only on Wednesday nights.
Drama.
Well, we did sign it, so we
It
do
is
own the
fine. That's
building.
taken care of. The wardens. Yeah.
Wait. So I've spent like the last 10 sessions hyping this up, and that it's not even my fault? What?
Yes.
I don't want to hear shit from any of you ever again.
Your actions have consequences.
When will you learn?
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
Oh, beautiful. Oh, this is actually somewhat beautiful. With that said, though, I think we'll very quickly wrap up the score here.
Please tell me you put a tick in the honest. The fuck. What's your god's name again? Ketchell.
Never speak to me or my son ever again.
I want. I want whatever points that come to my god go to his.
Never speak to me or my mother ever again.
Leave me and my mother.
It is a catch-all to call upon. You didn't really call upon the power.
But it is connected to it by investigation.
No, it's vaguely connected to it. It's less there's actually a ritual was conducted here, and very much more, hey, this weird thing happened. This is somewhat ritualistic. Let's put it in. This is kind of the final drop in the bucket that's like, the pieces come together.
We have a suspect.
Precisely. So, with that taken care of, though, payoff.
We got the building.
Yes, but there will be no no coin involved for this one.
Right. Did I cause all the heat at the end?
Probably.
The heat, yeah.
So is this turf?
You will gain, I'm going to say, 4 rep. I think that's an appropriate level for this match.
Sure.
Sorry, how much heat? 4?
4 rep.
Oh,
Heat-wise,
4 rep.
this was standard. Standard contained with low exposure. So it's 2, 3 for high profile, well connected. Didn't happen to hostile turf. You're not at war, and no killing was involved. So you're only looking at 3 heat.
Okay.
Nice.
What are we gonna call this? Is this just a turf, or are we calling this like a?
There was a lot of discussion. I believe it was
This
a
will
sanctuary.
qualify
at
as
one
turf.
point.
But it could be in a offertory,
Offertory or sanctuary.
or it could be a sanctuary, or it could be sacred nexus might be a bit stretched in it, but it is the healing rolls, which is kind of relevant.
It is. No. So I'm not going to let it be a. I'm not going to for this store. I'm not going to let it have banner sacred nexus, simply because that require a little bit more effort on the part to get to you be skipping over part of the track.
We can get it there, though.
I'm fine with offertory,
I
Yeah,
am too.
we
I'm
need
leaning
money.
it.
and it would link to our vice then, so at least the path starts to become clear again.
Yes.
All right, we'll call it that.
All right, for occult operations. Very nice. All right, would someone give me an entanglement roll?
Who hasn't rolled? Rayford, Xanax.
Oh god. Where's entanglement?
Wanted. Click wanted on the cruise sheet.
Alright. Bam. Oh no!
No, that's good.
What does a 1 do for us?
That's actually good for you. We are at a 3 heat, yes?
Yes.
You gang trouble or the usual suspects? I'll have to think on this one.
Oh, the grinders are mad since we haven't paid them back, or Rayford hasn't paid them back.
No! I was gonna do that after this session.
Too late. Entanglement beat you. All right, I gotta do Vipers thingy. You had 1 dissonance. 5. Oh god.
What happened? Where did it all go wrong?
What was noise? The sound of progress, my friend.
Oh wait, I know where it went wrong. I did it.
That's how Blades in the Dark works.
Let's play a book. Let me dig that up. Doesn't have the table on me. 5 is escalation. I gained a new rival. Oh boy.
Get fucked.
We'll have to figure that out throughout the week. We'll have to create a new plus.
Damn, who's fucking going ham right now?
And then I can clear that, and we're already good on that. Perfect. Sounds good. Okay. XP.
Yes.
Yes, XP indeed. We'll deal with downtime the next day. So let's start with the crew and work our way down.
To advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action. Yeah.
The blood.
The blood, the lap, the power moves, the deep swindling.
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we once more have an unspent advance.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
We only
Oh,
need 3 more.
everyone take 3 stash.
Three
Yay.
stash. Yeah, buddy.
Remember, when
I'm
that clock
almost-
fills, I
I'm
end the game.
Yep. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yeah, one or two, depending on.
Absolutely. I'd say 1. Multiple reputation to develop a new one.
Kind of
Uh,
a business like. Yeah, that was solid.
Take 2 for that. And express goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
Blood signing,
Blood signing.
editing what
I
Viper
feel like
says.
we also kind of were a complete mess in that meeting, and I feel like that is a central belief of our crew is that we barely work together.
I believe the word you're looking for is libertarianism.
Libertarian.
Not even that. It's just that like I feel like we're all like we all have such diametrically opposed like different approaches to these things that like it kind of is like a central tenet that we're all like just off like kind of.
Yes, I see.
Going on.
I think that was a lot of words for libertarianism.
It's not. That's not what libertarianism is, though.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, personal XP. Who wants to kill it?
Kill?
Oh, that sounds like Ketchel wants to start us
Woo.
off. Oh, woo. Moiter?
Sketchall, we'll do you first then.
All right, cool. I did not roll any desperate actions. Addressing a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. I think so. I feel like I did. No, because I was lying. So I don't think that happens.
Well, I was lying.
Let's see. An expression of belief, strives, heritage, or background. I'm going to take 1 for that, just for all the power playing I did with the chair. I feel like that counts. And struggle with issues or advice or trauma. I don't think so, actually. Strangely enough. All right, and I think that will round me out for this one.
Oh, God.
Ow.
I'll go next.
Okay.
For Mako. Okay. Did I address challenges with calculation or conspiracy? I think I've done this twice. I have
Oh, I have to call it.
I think it's kind of like I calculated I think in general my like sort of overture on what our plans were for this was very much like a move to kind of be like, look, here's all the good that we're doing. It kind of was, a measure to show how involved we were in the area, and I think there's that could kind of count as calculation, and then also, as far as conspiracy, if we go back to the whole flashback thing, they made use of one of my pals. If we also wanted to talk about conspiracy further, like I invoked my friend August, so we did, pretty good, I'd say. So I'm taking 2 experience for that. Next, I express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I think I kind of pretty much express my beliefs and drives. Wheeling, making deals, doing the usual Mako stuff. I don't know. I beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Yeah, like I basically came in and I was like, listen, he's not, he's coming, like, this guy's coming from a whole different place. We know these streets a lot better. And Mako kind of played fast and loose with what is exactly true here in terms of like overselling how connected he is with, or like how in tune he and the group are with the streets or whatever. And that still also runs with sort of his beliefs and drives, which just kind of like just say whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was
Okay.
thinking I'll take 2 for this as well. And with that 2, I'm going to get a playbook advancement, and I'm going to take the Foresight special ability, so that 2 times per score I can assist a teammate without paying stress.
How did you prepare for this?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I love it.
Did I wait? I assisted a desperate. I don't think that counts. That doesn't count, does it?
No.
It has to be a group action, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, there. I understand how it works now. Address a challenge with deception or influence. Yes, I got those. I did that flashback. Got that documents. And deception. I think it counts as the same thing. So I'll take 1 for that. Blue Skies Heritage or background. I mentioned my background a couple times during this session, especially my history of the area, and so I'm gonna take another 1 for that. And struggle with issues from your vice traumas during the act. No, I didn't. I wasn't very paranoid or unstable. I mean, no, that doesn't count. Because he acted like this is the most normal thing in the world when everyone was like, whoa, you don't do that, don't do that. So I'm not gonna take XP for the blood. But yeah, I'll just take those 2. I'm very close to leveling a skill up.
All right.
For Viper, he does a challenge with audacity or cunning. Yes.
Ooh.
You can speak to your Blives. Those Blives, though.
Not the Blives.
Blue Skies heritage or background. Yeah, I kind of feel like she touched on a couple tones with sitting on his lap and talking about how they're the people from the streets for dealing with the insane and not really letting the woman get her name and telling her to shut up and stuff like that. And then, at least from 1, I took kind of 1 for that. Didn't go too ham, but I did take for struggled with your issues from your vice or express a comment between the 2 states of being. I do feel like I did a bit there when she went back to Songbird and how like everything got really kind of weird in the approach, and how that might be create like a weird future interaction, especially once mesmerism comes up too. But I did take 1 for the expressing the dates, so that was 4.
All right.
That's it. Send us out.
All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Thank you very much for being here once again. We will be back next Wednesday with more Blades in the Dark. And I must admit, I don't know if we're doing anything else in the near future as well. That might still be up in the air. I'll leave Zhao to make that call. But until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you next time. We will see what the ramifications of all of this are. Because, yes,
Oh boy.
wardens have taken notice. Good night, everyone.